Talk about Curtis?
Curtis, really happy to have a local kid coming home here, being 27 years old, and I think he's settled in as a good, versatile bottom six guy. Great character, great PK, right shot. So really improved our bottom six there.
How about Mikheyev and the speed and tenacity he brings?
Yeah, we talked about obviously to add some speed and preferably some size too. And Mikheyev, we had Mikheyev on our list, and when we got in there this morning and we talked, and he was still available there, and we took our best shot there, and we're really excited to add him here to our hopefully our mid-six, top six group there. A guy who can really good PK and good on the power play, hopefully too here.
He was looking for a trade, Patrik, and then the team said, listen, we'll entertain. If somebody wants to talk to you early before free agency, we'll allow that. Did you reach out to his representatives before today?
We didn't. I didn't, to be honest too, I wasn't sure if he was looking at Vancouver as an option, but when we started talking and what we want to do and the option we had for him here, it was a really good fit. So we're really excited that we're able to get him here.
Do you know him from another movie? I mean, you have a scouting background.
Yeah, well, I think our scouts, our pro guys have obviously tracking the potential UFAs this year, and he was definitely on the top of the pro guys list. So we're really excited to add Ilya here, and he was super excited to come into Vancouver as well.
How important is it to have, or is it important to kind of have that Russian contingent at all, to have that relationship?
A little bit, I think, especially when you have a guy like Kuzmenko coming in here to the league as a rookie. I think it definitely helped him to be a little bit familiar with those other Podkolzin and Mikheyev that been in the league for a couple of years.
Patrik, how much more work do you have left to do? You talked about what you want to accomplish. You don't have any room in the cap anymore. I think you'd probably like to improve your defense. Is the heavy lifting still to come?
I think we talk about it as a group here, and we realized that there wasn't really anything on the market for us today to get into. So probably will be over time. Maybe look into different option trade scenarios. But again, I didn't feel that we needed to rush into something here and then take other options away from us here, leading up to training camp.
Patrik, I know there was a thought at one point that getting up in that 4.75, close to $5 million range might not be something you guys were necessarily willing to do at this point. What is it that convinced you that it might be worth taking that leap and making that kind of an investment over a 4-year stretch here?
Yeah, we think obviously with Ilya skating, with his speed, I don't think it's going to drop down much over 4 years here, and. What he brings, and as I said, the tenacity, speed, size, versatility, I believe that he's going to help us here for the next 4 years. Being good, one of the better PK guys in the league as well, and hopefully get a chance here to play in a more offensive role as well.
Yeah, I mean, at that number, you're expecting him to produce the way he did last year, which was a significant career high for him as far as goals. Do you believe he's got more offense to give, or are you concerned he might regress to the mean somewhere in between what he did last year and before that?
Obviously, it's always a risk, but the way he plays and how competitive he is and his speed, I think, it's hard to pick a number, but definitely, I think he's capable of scoring, up to around 20 goals, 15 to 20 goals. But what he brings more is, open up lanes for our other skilled players, and that's the intriguing part with him.
Lazar was saying that he feels he has more offensive upside as well. Do you feel like that's a possibility for him, or do you see him more in that kind of depth grinder role?
You know what? I think we need obviously depth scoring to be a good team. We need 4 lines to contribute, and I think with adding Curtis and Dakota here, it makes us harder to play against, and hopefully they will grind other teams down and give our coaches more flexibility how they want to do the matchups.
How does Dakota project? I mean, he's big, he's abrasive. He played 30 games for Berube in St. Louis, which means you have to play a certain way. How does he project?
Yeah, I think this was something that goes back to when he attended Utica there a couple of games, and Ryan Johnson and Trent Cull, were really impressed with him back then. And when he came available here as well, there was one guy that we liked, and the projection of his bigger body, heavier to play against, good speed. I actually were able to catch him a couple games up in St. Louis this year, and they're a deep team. So we're really excited adding him to our bottom six group there.
How much better do you think the team is? With the guys you've added, you haven't had to give up any players. How much better do you think your forward group is?
Well, definitely with the addition of Kuzmenko, Mikheyev, Dakota, and Curtis, it makes it more internal competition. Gives the coaches more options, and definitely feel that we improved our group here.
Are you surprised at all, that given how little flexibility you had, that you were able to bring in a $5 million guy?
Yes and no. I think first it's going to be a fit for him and come in here and want to be part of what we want to accomplish, and he was excited when we started talking to him here, and he's back in Russia, but he was excited about the role and the opportunity and the players we have in place here.
Kuzmenko and Mikheyev share the same agent.
Yeah.
When you made the pitch for Kuzmenko, in some sense, do you think you made a pitch to the agent there that he was able to share with Mikheyev?
Well, I probably. Just the vision we had and the plan we had and how we want to play, and not just this year, but moving forward. I think they were excited about it.
Patrik, how do you characterize the opening of free agency as a whole? There's obviously some big names that we still see on the board, and some other guys that we maybe didn't expect to move the way they did. How do you characterize this free agency period?
Yeah, it was obviously it's with almost a flat cap here over the next 2 years. It was a hard one. It's hard to predict, and now with 32 teams in the league too, you obviously need cap space in order to improve your team. So we're excited. We're happy that we were able to add those players here to our team.